Previously on Travelers of the Unknown, Kazakh Bangjaw, Susan Mandagooch and Aaron Scott. There are 5 squares, 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom, with skulls around the outsides of them.
I see fire, diamond, sea, rock and air.
We did tell Rupert Sr. that we weren't going to bring Rupert Jr. along with us.
You've never done anything like this and people are going missing. You were the one telling me there was nothing to worry about. You have a pickaxe, a lantern. Rupert, and he looks kind of hurt.
You're a hero, no matter what it takes.
It's just a headless skeleton just strewn on the floor. It has been placed here recently, and the head was removed after the skeleton died. The small pile of bones, they stand up. He shot him in the hat.
Pinned his hat to the wall.
Oh no! You have chopped the skeleton's head off, slide under a skeleton, punch it in the balls.
Get rid of the heads before they come back.
Wow, I wonder what's going to happen next. We'll strap in to find out, town, because it's Travelers of the Unknown. The Mines of Pebblesmith, Part 3.
Good one, team. High fives.
You guys are just back to exploring the cave.
How you doing, Rupert? You doing alright? How was that?
That was, pretty intense. Is your friend okay? What was his name? The monk guy? The bald guy? Are you doing okay?
Steve.
Oh, Kazakh's will be fine. He'll pick himself back up.
Can I offer a hand down to help Kazakh's up?
Cheers, man.
I hoist him to his feet.
Hey, that was really cool, you guys. You guys were so cool. I hope I helped out at all. Like I could. The punch between the legs was really funny and good. Kazakh, thanks for that.
I told you were a hero inside, Rupert. And now that's manifested as a true hero skill.
I guess. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this whole thing.
Good to hear. Let's push on then.
You guys lead the way.
Right the other way then, guys?
You leave the main area of the cave where you were fighting the skeletons. You come across a small opening in the cave. There is a large stone tablet on the wall, and on it is a very familiar design, the same one that you saw on the fountain, Susan.
Oh, fuck.
It's similar shape anyway. There are skulls surrounding it. There are 5 square cube holes in the wall, roughly head-shaped, and there is a skull in the top one. In the top middle one, there is a skull, and in the others there's nothing.
Altar.
Or some kind of mechanism to open a door.
I like how you're thinking. Maybe we need to make a roll for investigation and see if we can uncover anything further.
What role do you want? Who wants to make the investigation check?
I can make it. I've got some intelligence, I think. 16. Alright. As
you examine the tablet, you seem to realise that there is some sort of puzzle to be solved here, some sort of mechanism that it seems like this is definitely going to activate something. You're not sure what, but there is something to be done here. You can feel something behind the walls, kind of like a low rumbling or a pressure behind the wall.
Rupert, you knew these mines better than the rest of us. What is this?
I don't know. I mean, I've never really been in them before, other than at a glance. This definitely, I don't remember anything like this being here. It looks like that thing on the fountain. There's like this weird symbol on the fountain.
We saw it.
So, if we assume that these 5 slots correspond to the 5 markings on the fountain, we need to find fire, air, rock, water, and some kind of gem or diamond. Maybe.
Well, I mean, we're surrounded by rock, so that one shouldn't be too hard. Maybe I should use my pickaxe to mine some off the walls.
Or unless it needs, like, specific keys of some kind.
Perhaps. Maybe we should investigate the other path that we didn't go down.
Aye, maybe.
To the other path, then, pioneers.
After discovering the altar, you guys all carefully head back the way you came. As you walk down this path, you see a much, much larger cavern. It's largely sparse and empty, but there is a strong smell coming from this area. A smell of meat. There is a smell of feces, and there is a smell very, very strongly of cheddar cheese.
Can I hover off the floor like Fred Flintstone and follow the stank trail?
Ew. Why is she so into it?
Oh, that smell of shit. Oh.
Reminds me of home.
Shining your lights down into the cave is a hobgoblin.
The fuck is that?
In the darkness, there is a kind of sat in a corner with his back to you is a large, green, hairy hobgoblin. If you don't know what a hobgoblin is, it's a goblin but really fucking big and very stupid. And it is just kind of sat with its back to you, completely ignoring you for the meantime.
I want to poke it.
I mean, I was going to say maybe we announce ourselves to it, you know, we don't want to make an enemy of something, so we need to let it know we're here, because if we sneak up on it, I think that could be misinterpreted by a simple creature.
But, I mean, goblins aren't exactly the most friendly of creatures.
How about maybe someone a little bit more expendable goes up and pokes it? All eyes turn to Rupert.
Rupert would have previously been scared, but after the victory of the skeletons, he's not fearing much. He kind of actually clears his throat. Hey, he says.
Get closer, Rupert.
Rupert walks up a bit closer to the goblin and again goes, Hey there, buddy. The goblin turns around and looks at Rupert
Killed Rupert.
with its big nose and buck teeth, its lazy eyes. It slowly blinks and then it turns back around and completely ignores Rupert.
I mean, the smell isn't fantastic, but I'm sure I can pick up cheese in there. Do you think it wants some?
I don't know.
Does anyone have some cheese?
Rupert is thinking for a second and goes, Randy Quiff makes cheese.
Fucking hell. Does someone want to stay with the goblin while the rest of us go and get...
I say, Rupert, why don't you stay with the goblin and the rest of us go get some cheese?
keep an eye on it, Rupert.
Yeah, does it have to be me? Does it have to be...
Most definitely. You're the most brave of all of us.
Does I have to be...
Kazix, give him the lantern.
Well, okay, I'll stay with the goblin, I guess. He takes the lantern and kind of just sits there.
We're gonna come back and Rupert's gonna be in fucking pieces.
Rupert backs away quite a bit into a corner, accidentally steps in some goblin shit, cringes, and then...
Oh, you fucking dingus, Rupert.
He goes, I guess I'll be waiting for you guys when you come back.
Sure. I mean, do you want anything
I
while we're
will
out?
be Do you want anything?
Want some bacon? Want some...
No, I've kind of lost my...
Pack of quavers?
The smell in here kind of is making me lose my appetite a little bit.
Want to say anything for your dad?
Yeah,
just in case, you know. I mean, if you hypothetically, what would be the last thing you'd say to him?
I mean, not the last thing you'd say to him, because you are definitely going to get out of here, isn't he, Susan?
100%.
I'd rather you guys didn't mention me to him because I don't want him to know I came. You know, he's gonna be mad. Starwipe, you're all back at the farm.
I go knock on the door.
Randy Quiff opens the door. Hello. Oh wait, what was his? He was like just raspy, wasn't he? Hey, you guys are back early. Did you sort out the mines?
Nah, I haven't yet, man. You got any cheese?
That is a strange request. Why?
No, but do you?
You got any cheese, man? I could do with some.
I mean, I do. Yeah, I make cheese here. It's goat's cheese.
Can we borrow one?
Can we borrow one?
But he actually looks a bit nervous. Like, why specifically do you need cheese?
Oh, just a hobgoblin, man. It's no big deal.
Don't say hobgoblin.
You found cheesy. Oh my god.
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry.
I can't believe you found cheese. This is so embarrassing. Okay, look, I can promise you guys he has nothing to do with the disappearances or anything like that. He's totally docile. I've been worried sick about him. He's been stuck in those mines for God knows how long. I haven't been able to tell anyone about it because it's illegal to own hobgoblins in the area. I mean, come on.
It's illegal to own hobgoblins. Susan shouts.
Shh. Come on, guys. I thought you guys were fucking cool. He looks to Kazix.
Winks, mimes the word wizard plant.
Look, goblin dung happens...
I mean, I'm sure we won't have to tell anybody, but out of interest, if you didn't want us to just tell anyone, what would it be worth to you?
I was literally thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, and here I thought you guys were heroes.
Susan leans on the doorframe.
I mean, I'm sure if you've got any special plants, I'd take a bit of that if you just.
Are we really going to get high in this cave?
Okay, this is some intense roleplay here because I don't actually know anything about marijuana, but
Yeah, of course you don't.
What is like a reasonable amount of marijuana for him to give us in exchange for this?
Say an 8.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll give you a fantasy 8 if that's what it'll take to get you guys to be quiet about my hobgoblin situation.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything. I'm putting this all on fucking... I don't actually smoke.
This is my 8th, man. This is for my silence. I'll take an 8th, man.
Blame him. Kazix and I are cool. Aaron Scott's a fucking asshole.
You
man.
are a very small asshole, aren't you?
That's me, lad.
Well, let me go get that for you and some fucking cheese, I guess.
Oh, cheers,
Have
man.
you got any milk as well? Sorry, I'm a bit
No,
thirsty.
I actually don't want to see you guys ever again. I mean, I guess it's fair, but like, whatever. And he walks off and brings back the fantasy ape of weed, hands it to you in a bag. Or wizard herb, sorry, not weed.
Cheers, man.
Weed isn't canon, it's wizard herb. Hands it to Kazakh, it's kind of sparkling with little green diamonds. And he hands you a slice of very smelly cheddar cheese as well.
Hey, cheers, man.
And he goes,
And then I just sort of walk off. No more conversation, Taylor. Just cheers, man. Walk off.
See ya.
Just go.
I didn't even get to explain why he has a hobgoblin. You just
Don't really care, I'll be honest.
he was gonna say something about how
Not listening. La 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 la.
okay.
Man, the less I know about it, the better, I'll be honest.
Is you implying he's eliciting sexual favours?
He's totally fucking that hobgoblin.
Okay, you will come back to the cave.
Oh god, you reckon it's fucked Rupert? Instinctual.
Swear to God, if we come back and that hobgoblin is fucking Rupert.
You've all arrived back at the cave. Rupert is 100% fine and hasn't been bumfucked by a hobgoblin.
And Scott's gonna pull out his fancy ace and
Smoke up.
roll a wizard joint.
I didn't realise that was a roll.
Do I have to roll for rolling?
Roll an 8. You weed, that is.
You're fucking good at that. You don't need to roll
Yeah,
for
man.
that. You need to roll, but you don't need to roll any die. I mean, do you really want to get high right now?
Yeah.
I will, like, affect rolls and shit.
Please tell me that Aaron Scott sees everything differently on this drug.
Exactly.
Wizard herb isn't weed, you know, it's much more powerful.
Like weed and LSD combined.
Aye, but maybe he doesn't make it out of the cave, you know? We've already had some close calls. He wants to, you know. Alright. Aaron Scott is going to roll his fantasy joint, but then he's going to put it away in his pack because now really isn't the time.
Anyway, so you guys have come back, and Cheesy the Hobgoblin sniffs the air a little bit and turns around, and he can see the cheese, and his eyes have lit up as if cheese is his one defining character trait. And you can now see in his hands he has a glowing green emerald, one that is diamond shaped.
Oh shit.
Alright, I'm going to kind of walk quite close to him, holding out the cheese, but then I'm also going to hold out the other hand, as if I'm gesturing towards the emerald.
Cheesy looks down at the emerald, then looks at the cheese, and then he makes a grab for the cheese. So roll a dexterity saving throw.
Little bastard. I just rolled a 24 dexterity saving throw.
Fucking nat 20, and Aaron Scott very quickly steps out the way and you're gonna go, no.
I kind of shake my head, just
You didn't say the magic word.
He scowls and looks a bit angry, and then he's like he needs more information right now.
I'm gonna point to the. Will he understand us if we speak?
He hasn't responded to any of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna point at the emerald and go, emerald, and then I'm gonna point at the cheese and go, cheese, and then reach my hand out again, just slowly, slightly reservedly.
Now, bear in mind the size differences here. You are like 3 foot, Cheesy is like 8 foot, and so Cheesy the Hobgoblin, towering above Aaron Scott with this small boy holding out his favourite food in the world and pointing towards the emerald he holds in his hands that he just found, kinda. He stares blankly. His face is one of which it is completely void of emotion. It is as though it is completely void of any thought at all. You can hear off in the distance, although you're not sure what this means as we are in the past, kinda, a phone dial, as if someone has hung up and there is no one on the other end of the line. As a drop of spit slowly pulls down his cheek, off his chin and drips onto his nipple, he extends his hand, gives you the emerald and takes the cheese.
Yes.
Can we take it back?
Do you want to fuck it really?
Do you know what, Susam? If you want to try, you can go for it, but...
No, I don't. I'm kidding. Yo, Rupert, get us a cheese, mate.
I'm kind of not gonna do that.
Hey, Rupert, Rupert.
It'd be cool if you do.
No, Rupert, just snatch
I'm not
it off,
gonna
man.
do
It'd be
that,
fine.
guys.
That would make you a real hero.
I'm gonna go over to the altar and put the emerald.
yeah,
just
no,
try and get
good-
the cheese, man. Yeah.
Good one, guys. Good one, guys. I'm not gonna
You think I'm
do
fucking
that.
joking? You think I'm fucking joking?
Does it sound like I'm being a fucking joker right now? You will go and get that fucking cheese.
Rupert sighs.
And if it's not there, by the time we fucking come back, I'm gonna feed you to the fucking hobgoblin. We are terrible people.
Rupert slowly walks over to Cheesy the Hobgoblin.
Alright then, I'm gonna wander over to the altar.
Kha'Zix, you're currently still with Rupert. Do you want to say anything?
Kha'Zix wants to watch. Kha'Zix wants to see what happens.
Is this the death of beloved Rupert Jr.?
I don't know, man. I'm not finding out. I don't.
Let James talk.
Schrodinger's Rupert.
James, talk.
Yeah. I like cheese, yeah.
Are you going to watch Rupert Pibble get murdered?
In my head, Suso and Aaron are just sat there whistling to themselves in the distance, and all you can see in the background is just Rupert getting smashed against the wall.
Kha'Zix leaves.
Come on over to the altar,
Kha'Zix
James.
leaves.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put the emerald into the
Hold
altar.
on. Can we
anyway.
resolve this fucking the death of Rupert Pibble first?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Rupert thought it was is aware that you guys are being very mean to him, and it was a good bit, and I'm sure you guys had a laugh. He's not gonna take that fucking cheese off the goblin.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Rupert, you pussy.
He kind of went for it a little bit, and then Cheesy snarled at him, and he immediately kind of walked away from that.
It's the abuse, Rupert.
And he
is
approaches
getting.
you guys, but he's definitely stood much further away from you guys than he used to be, and doesn't seem to care. And Callum is gonna put the emerald in the altar.
I just kind of like point my eyes at mine and then back at his, just like I'm watching you.
Which spot are you gonna put the
It
emerald
will
in?
be the top middle one.
There is currently a skull in the top middle.
Alright then, well I'm gonna take the skull out and put the emerald in.
Nothing happens.
We've got to fill the rest of the holes.
So what do we need? Air, water, earth and fire.
Okay.
So Sam, you've got a pickaxe in there?
Yeah, I do. I can start chiseling out some rock.
Just chuck a little bit of rock out. Has anyone got a water skin? Have I got a water
I think you
skin?
all have water skins, yeah.
Go fill up from the fountain.
They should be full already.
Oh, it's tight.
Wait, I'm confused. Should I pour the water out into it or should I put the water skin in?
I'm not gonna give you any hints. You can try what you want.
Try pouring a little bit in.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour in a little bit of water.
The water runs out of a little bit of it pools in the bottom. The majority of it runs out of the hole and onto the
Just
floor.
throw the thing in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the water skin in, just for good measure. Air? Well, surely air's already in there.
Yeah. Earth. Let me attack the wall with a pickaxe and bring up a huge chunk of rocks.
Does anyone have a tinderbox or some kind or something like that?
You have got lamp oil.
Oh, lantern, yes.
Oh.
Rupert.
Hey,
stick-
Rupert, chuck some of that lamp oil in there.
Rupert
Make
kind
yourself
of
fucking useful.
sadly walks over, and you guys started off being super supportive towards me, and now I'm not so sure how I feel about this event.
This-
Well,
Rupert,
just
hey,
telling
listen.
you, just get some cheese, man. That's all we asked. Not a big deal.
Rupert, hey, listen, we've had some fun tonight, okay? But I need you to know that heroes never falter. So put the fucking lantern in.
Okay, he puts the lantern in the far right hole.
Wrong one, Rupert. Needs to be the far left one.
Far left, even his left. Yes, his left. Sorry.
Okay, I take some rock off the wall with a pickaxe and insert it into the bottom left hole.
Nothing has happened yet.
Fuck me.
So do we need something for air?
Fuck do we use for air? I kind of lean down and just breathe into, just like blow into the hole.
If any of you want to roll any sort of thing to get like a hint on.
Insight, it would be insight.
Okay, I'll do a roll for insight.
Okay, that's a 7. You're aware that you're definitely getting something wrong, but you don't know what.
I am also gonna roll insight.
That's a 12. Yeah, okay, you start to think, is there anything else on the design that we saw on the fountain that we haven't been paying attention to?
Skulls.
Oh! That's the skull that we found. It's from the headless skeleton earlier. Someone tried to put it in. We need 2 skulls. We have one.
Can we run over and pick one of the ones up from...
I was gonna say that we cut all the heads off of the skeletons before. Can we run over and grab one?
Yeah, obviously you can, yeah.
I pick up the skull we put on the floor and put it in the very bottom right.
Bottom right would be where the air's meant to go, yeah.
Well, yeah, but no, I mean beside it, because it's not.
There is no hole there. There is no hole there. There is nowhere for anything to go there.
Hang on, what?
Right, then I just put it down beside the thing.
You can't hang them on the wall. There's no hooks or anything. The altar is literally just a slab pushed forward out of the wall. There's no table or anything. It's just coming out of the wall.
Do we need to
almost like a
hold the skulls
display.
up by either side of it, maybe?
I guess. Alright, then I hold up the skull by the side of.
Nope, nothing is happening. In the podcast, there's probably just been a really weird, abrupt cut. I'm literally in a different part of the country right now, so is Callum. It's been like a week, and now we're back, and we're just going to carry on like nothing happened, because
What do you mean? Nothing did happen.
Yeah, nothing did. We had to stop, but we had to stop for that night, and now we're carrying on. I was actually concerned as to whether this puzzle was a bit too difficult. So I've already told Callum what the solution is, but Matt and James, if I give you some more information, can you figure out? I'll see if you can figure it out, and if you can't, then I'll take the blame as this puzzle was too cryptic.
I thought the plan was for me to look really smart, like I'd figured it out. Jeez.
I mean, we could do that. I just want to see. I want to see.
Well, we can't do it now, because they know.
Can't cut it out of real life.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. What? Why didn't what? Callum, how do we solve the puzzle, Callum? I don't know how to.
Nah, mate, you gotta do this shit.
Is there a Jesus involved?
Okay, Matt and James, here's the information that you know, okay? You have 5 holes on the wall, square holes. I described them as being roughly head-sized when I first described them. When you first arrived, there was a skull already placed in the top center thing. On the fountain, you found an engraving which had fire, an emerald, what appeared to be water, stone, and wind on the symbols, and there were skulls surrounding it. You're missing something. So what do you think is the solution here?
I zoned out for a second. What?
I feel like the Callum is the solution. No, I mean, the thing I think we encountered last time that was the trouble was that we couldn't figure out what would go in the wind or air one.
I don't think that was.
That is part of it.
Was it?
Yeah, there is something
okay.
you're not getting with the wind thing as well.
Can you just blow in it?
Actually, I'll remind you, at one point, Aaron Scott pressed up against the wall and felt a rumbling as if there was pressure behind the wall.
Okay.
What do you think you're getting fundamentally wrong about the puzzle? And I will take full responsibility if this was too cryptic.
I feel like we're misjudging what is meant to be going in them. Like, for example, we're putting the elements in, but all of the holes are head-sized. So I'm getting the impression that they probably all need skulls, but it's different skulls related to different things. Maybe.
Close enough. The solution is basically for the fire one, fire in a skull. For the water one, water in a skull.
See. Okay. And there was skeleton, and that's why we took the heads of the
There were
skeletons.
5 skeletons, there's 5 holes, there was already a skull in the hole. I think I could have been a bit clearer with it.
Yeah, when you said, yeah.
That was my second guess. Good admit.
That was my second
Yeah,
guess.
Kazakh he's quick-witted. He's modest as well. He likes to let everyone else.
Kazakh is on the ball.
Kazakh is my ball.
Always.
Do you just want to do that?
Yeah, let's
Just
do
say
that
you
one.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
Do that.
I'm assuming you pour some oil into a skull and light it on fire and place that in the fire one.
yeah.
You put the gem inside one skull. You fill another skull with water from one of your water skins. You put some rocks in another skull, place it in, and then the last skull, you still don't know what to do with wind.
Fart into the skull.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I fart in it?
Drop a mighty bellowing guff
I was
right
gonna
up
say,
in there.
It might not just be a fart, I do need
Is
them.
that like a dwarven specialty of Susan?
It is. It's actually under my specialties. I have a +10 in mighty guffs.
That's not the solution.
Oh, can it be? Can you retcon it, please?
Oh, dear.
Look, there's a really simple solution.
Blow in. Oh, is it like a whistle? Do we blow into the skull?
No, you've tried blowing into the hole before.
Yeah, but not with a
nothing
skull
happens.
in it.
You try that, nothing happens.
Kiss the skull.
Why was that? Why does that have anything to do with wind? Mark?
Because then air would go in its skull lips.
Has anyone else got any suggestions?
Shatter it into dust.
Do what? Snort it?
Well, after it's opened the door, yeah.
Aaron Scott's got weed, so anything could happen.
Do any of you want to try and look at this hole?
Yeah, can I roll for investigation on the hole?
Okay, yeah, roll investigation.
Right, investigation. Okay, I'm going to go for a critical investo.
7. Good enough to notice that there is a small crack in this hole where the wind's supposed to be.
Can I put my finger in it?
No, it's not like a crack that you could fit anything through.
Oh,
It's a
snort
crack.
it. Snort crack. Snort
No,
crack in
it's
hole.
a, it is like the wood, the stone is chipped.
Fill in the gap with the skull.
Stick my
No.
dick in the... No.
With the rock chips
I
that
think
we
it's
made.
kind of actually quite obvious at this point what we have to do.
Callum,
Susan.
shut your gums.
Thank you for finally stepping in, Callum, the voice of reason. I'm losing my mind.
Just because he's got a brain box, okay? James and I were humble, simple creatures of battle.
Fucking, what do we have to do, Callum? Just do it.
Susan, get your pickaxe into the hole and just crack it open.
Mine hole.
Yes. Okay, you mine the hole, and a gust of wind comes out of the hole, like, whoosh, like billowing.
Not the only gust of wind coming out of a hole. Hey.
Queef.
That's called hydraulic lock.
I'm disgusted.
Gonna say fart, but sure.
Well, I am Susan Undergooch.
Hey,
I'm enabled.
Susan's an independent woman. Oh, fuck. Gross. I forgot her name. I've forgotten the meaning of Undergooch. It's just a name to me now.
It's just canon.
Anyway, so you fucking... I just want to get past this puzzle. You fucking put the skull in the hole that has air in it, and the air kind of magically swirls into the skull, and then all of the skulls glow for a moment with the same glow that they did when the skeletons came to life. On either side of the pedestal that you've put these skulls into, great fires billow up, blue flames, and then the wall kind of opens, but it very clearly, like it was very clearly when you cracked it, you could see inside it very clearly this wasn't on the other side before. The cavern that opens before you is damp with the scent of blood, dripping from stalactites that scatter the ceiling. It's important to steady one's breath when you enter this room, for it seems that the very air that's filling your lungs is heavier than it usually is. It's seeming to make you feel physically weaker and fill your very arteries with this sense of fear.
I think there's Cthulhu's in the air, everybody.
Everyone want to enter the chasm?
I'm alright, actually.
Huh?
Kha'Zix runs in.
God damn it, Kazakhs.
I got it.
Watching Kha'Zix run in, everybody quickly rushes in.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, no, Kazakhs teeters on the edge, and we all run after him, and then we knock into him, and all tumble over.
Like, whoa!
Like a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Rupert kind of sluggishly follows behind you. What opened before you is a cave, which seems physically much darker than previous caves, the previous parts of the cave, but you can somehow kind of still see through the fog. There's a spooky skull on the ground, and there are other kind of scattered bones, and like there's this feeling of rot and this feeling of decay inside this room. As you all step forward into the room, suddenly each of you feel yourselves become kind of paralyzed with this feeling. And I'm gonna need you all to do some rolls for me.
I get an advantage to saving throws against magic, mate. Just saying.
You want a medal, mate?
Okay.
So each of you needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Damn, okay, so we've got Susan with a 22, Aaron Scott with a 19, and Kha'Zix with a 13. So, Kha'Zix is the only one of you who seems to just stop in his tracks and kind of... Kha'Zix, you no longer feel as though you can continue to walk forwards.
Oh.
Struck down with fear.
You feel weighed down by this great force that you can't explain.
Oh, shit.
Now, each of you do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no.
Susan with a 15, Aaron Scott with a 15, Kha'Zix with a 10. So, all three of you feel overcome with this horrible sense of dread.
Oh boy.
Like this absolute physical fear at what is deeper in the cavern. Like, it is as if you are staring into the face of something that you really aren't prepared to come up against. It's just this great... It's this great blood-curdling sense of fear that you feel inside you. Could each of you roll 1d4, please? That's a d20, Matt.
Oh shit, I pressed it again. Oops, my sorry.
Susam has done 2 damage.
Done.
Aaron Scott has taken 4 damage. Yeah, you've taken damage.
Oh,
Something
shit.
is giving you damage here.
So the lower the better.
Uh-oh.
So, damn, Rupert did 4.
I have a health pot as well, I'm pretty low.
Rupert is also paralysed in fear with you, but unlike Kha'Zix is the only one who feels he's unable to walk. The rest of you could push forward if you would. I'm not going to do like initiative. Each of you just move. I'd say Aaron, if you want to go first.
What about our good friend Kha'Zix? What do we do?
Kha'Zix cannot doesn't feel capable of moving.
Can someone feed me a potion, please?
Kazak's my boy, what's wrong with you?
Bottle me again, Dad. I mean, what?
Aaron Scott walks deeper into this cave. These kind of blowing winds feel more present, and this kind of sense of fear becomes even greater.
Can I pick up Kazak's and bring him with us?
Pick me up.
You could pick up Kazak's, yeah. I'm not
Thank
going to
you.
make you do a roll. I'm going to say that's
Okay.
feasible. You can pick him up.
Susam flings Kazak's over one shoulder and marches up alongside Rupert and Aaron Scott.
Okay, cool. So you're all carrying each other. I'm going to need each of you to do another wisdom saving throw as you're getting closer to this thing and the sense of fear is rising. Susam is starting to feel absolutely paralyzed with fear as though she cannot continue any further. Kazak's is starting to kind of hold his head in his hands and shiver, and but Aaron Scott is mostly unaffected by this and is able to continue forwards, as is Rupert.
Aaron the Brave.
So Rupert and Aaron Scott continue forwards as they can.
I push forward, kind of leaving the others behind.
Okay, so everyone else is kind of cowering in fear behind you. As you continue to approach, you begin to see this shimmering aura, as if something is being hidden from sight. This aura surrounds a table, and the table is kind of blurry. It's as if your vision has been blurred as to what is on this table or what's actually going on here. Whatever is causing your fear is coming from here. And having seen this, and having seen that it's something tangible, the fear sort of lessens slightly. And do another Constitution saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
It's an ordeal. Rupert with a 14, Aaron Scott with a 22. The 14 is actually enough for Rupert. He seems to be shaken, but he continues to press forward somehow. As you continue to approach with your next moves, I'm assuming you're going to continue to approach?
Yep.
You continue to approach, and as you do, you begin to kind of make out what looks to be a figure in the darkness. And all of you, could you each roll... Kazak's and Susam roll 1d4, and Aaron roll 2d4.
Oh, great.
Matt, so that's for damage you've taken. So you've taken 3 damage, Rupert's taken 5, Jesus. You're essentially all being slowly just beaten and bruised by whatever this is as the wind is blowing through this cave. And Aaron Scott, your hair is flying backwards and you're like trying to steady yourself on the ground. Rupert is grabbing his helmet and kind of blinking away tears as he looks into this darkness. And there is a figure inside there is a clear figure inside, and as you've gotten as close as you have, you hear the figure, you hear kind of these mumbled words coming from the fog, and they seem, at first, not what you'd expect. They seem surprised and concerned, and then stepping out of the fog, slowly spreading it, is Rupert Pibble Sr.
Fucking called it!
Oh, fuck.
Rupert! What are you doing here? I forbid you to come into the... He begins to cough and seems to pause and look around. His eyes are wide and red and he's shaking, and Rupert looks at him with these big wide eyes. Dad? What are you doing? Get back, there's something in here, it's hurting. You're not supposed to be here. Dad, why are you hurting these people? They're strangers, they can only serve one purpose here. Rupert kind of seems to be struggling with some kind of internal battle or feeling inside of him. He kind of falls to the ground and stops as the wind is blowing over blowing through his hair. Aaron, you can jump in at any time, by the way, and do anything. He's within reach. He's stood right next to you both.
Kazak's has jumped into my arms like Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah, zoinks!
You guys can now see that Rupert's there, and the fear has kind of washed away for both of you because you've kind of seeing what's causing this. You could start approaching if you wanted. So he's there. He seems frantic, and he's kind of just freaked out that Rupert is there, and he seems to be looking over his options and trying to figure out what the hell to do now.
Rupert!
What the fuck is going on?
You weren't even supposed to be.
Can you turn me around? I can't see anything. There we go.
Now he is good.
Now what the hell is that? I know you.
Rupert, why are you doing this?
There need to be sacrifices. I don't make the rules.
Sacrifices to what?
It's better you than anyone from the village. This will save the good people's lives.
Perhaps we're good people.
You're strangers. I don't know you. I thought this would be easier than it is. He's tearing up now. He's streaming down his face into his beard. Junior kind of steps forward and grabs him by both shoulders. He's clearly, all of you are clearly weak, having taken damage from this stuff, and he kind of shakes him and goes, Dad, whatever's happening here, you didn't have anything to do with the miners going missing, the cows, the miners were an accident, and I thought the cows would be good enough, but it needs people to sustain it. I didn't want anyone from the village going missing, so I thought the strangers would do. I thought they'd do. You weren't supposed to be here, Rupert.
Son of a bitch.
What would Mother be thinking? Doing this for her? She wouldn't want you to be doing anything like this. Look, she's been bedridden for weeks. What do you think? What kind of stress do you think this She's dead, Rupert. She's not dead. I visited her this morning. She was breathing. The creature in that bed is not your mother, Rupert. Your mother is dead, Rupert. This is the only way to get her back. I'm sorry. I can't do this. He falls to his knees and he brings out a small vial which he throws behind him and it smashes on the table. The fog that was behind him clears and the cave returns to being totally visible. There's an altar, there's a kind of a large open space, there's nothing actually there. Aaron, you start to feel the effects of fear and dread kind of just seeping away as if there was nothing to worry about the whole time. Rupert Sr. is on the floor kind of crying slowly, and he takes out another one of the potions and hands it to Aaron Scott, and he goes, "Give this to your friends over there. Go splash it on the ground near them. It'll get rid of the effects of the poisons."
I'll take it over and bottle them.
Aaron, what is going on?
It's Pebble Senior. He's gone mad.
Mad? He was going to kill us!
Rupert is now sat with his father. As Rupert Sr. is kind of on the ground, he's kind of holding his chest and breathing heavily. He seems like very ragged and fragile in this state currently. And Rupert is very badly beaten up from the effects of the poison, and he himself is shaking. They both look in a really bad state.
I think we need to get these guys out of here before we go any further.
Aye, that sounds good.
Yes, I'm going to slowly, calmly walk towards them. Rupert
turns around. Don't touch him! Don't touch him! I don't want you to... I don't understand what... He's never been like this. He's not making any sense. Mum's fine. She's just got the flu.
Rupert, whatever's wrong, we will fix this. But not in here, not now, not in this deep, dark, evil place. We need to get you two to safety and find out what's going on.
Rupert Sr. starts and looks up at the sky towards the opening of the cave. There's nothing that you can see that he's looking at, but he's looking intently as though he can see something. For a moment, he matches glances with his son and says, "I'm sorry," before collapsing onto the floor, convulsing, frothing at the mouth.
Hold him down! Put something in his mouth so he doesn't bite his tongue off, quick!
Lovely position.
I'll try and pin him down and make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
As you try to steady him, you see that he's dead. His heart's given out, and he's just on the ground. You feel for a pulse, and there is none.
Aaron, is he...
Aye, he's gone.
Oh, Jesus.
What do you mean he's gone?
Rupert, we need to leave this place now.
Rupert has tears streaming from his eyes. He stands next to his father's corpse and is kind of cradling him like, "I'm not leaving!"
We'll take the body as well, but this is an evil place, Rupert, and whatever killed him might as well kill us too, if we stay.
Suddenly, there's a flash. There is a sound. Unlike anything you've heard before, it is as if an electrical charge has exploded in your ears. There's a swirling kind of sensation, and you feel yourselves essentially being pushed away from the far side of the wall that you're facing as this blinding light encompasses it and essentially blinds you when you're looking in that direction. You have to shield your eyes. It's as if you're looking into something as powerful as the sun, just burning from this other side of the room. You can feel the heat and the energy coming off this thing. There's physical crackling in the air from the electricity flying past.
Aaron, Kazakhs, are you alright?
Yeah, first put me down. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I put Kazakhs down.
Oh, thank you. I'm good.
The static is flowing through your hair and making it stand on end. Rupert's armour seems to be glistening with this electricity as he quickly removes his helmet in a gasp as electric shocks pang through his body, and he starts to just whimper and crouch over his father's body, unable to move for his grief.
Aaron, Kazoks, we need to go literally right now before the sun or whatever it is explodes and kills us. Do we agree on this? I grab Rupert.
Okay, do a strength check. I'm going to do a dexterity on Rupert because he's going to try and escape. Okay, yes, you definitely got him. Susan with a 22, Rupert with an 18. You're kind of struggling for a minute, but you begin to pull Rupert back and he's trying to get himself off. You're like, no, leave me with him. You can see his father's body starting to be pulled into the light from the other side of the room, and it very quickly is sucked up and kind of vanishes beyond the blindness that you can't see.
I grab him by the wrist, sling him around my shoulder, give him a gentle slap on the face to try and sensicalize him, and then turn and shout to the others, "We are leaving this place now!"
Where are you grabbing Rupert from?
I was going to grab him by the wrist and then sling him over my shoulder.
Okay, you've slung him over your shoulder. As you do this, his hand comes out of the glove, the chainmail glove that you were grabbing hold of.
For fuck's sake.
He turns and runs directly into the blinding light.
Rupert, no!
Rupert runs, and as Rupert runs into the blinding light, there is a flash. All of you are blinded. You're all knocked backwards onto your feet, and then the cave is lit. There is no more light. There is no more Rupert. Both of them are gone. The cave is completely empty. Not even the table is there anymore. It's a completely empty cave. The skulls are gone. Everything's gone. And you're all just sat there in the silence.
I think we need to leave.
What the fuck just happened? Some fucking Rupert old man was here, and then fucking the young Rupert man was here, and we were like, "No, Rupert, go eat some cheese and die." And he was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." Then he ran into this room. And the other guy was there, and the other guy said some weird shit about his mum. His mum was a monster, but it's not a monster. The guy in bed's not his bed. Then Rupert ran into the light, and he exploded and turned into the sun. And the sun exploded, and the other guy turned into the sun. I don't know what's going on. Somebody explain it to me, please. I need investigation.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hey there, Chrissy here. Thank you so much for listening to all 3 parts of the Pebblesmith arc. We're going to be leaving these characters for now. We will come back to them sometime. However, in the next episode, we're going to be flashing forward 60 years in the future to meet some brand new characters and go on a brand new adventure. So there's always going to be some kind of new story going on here on Travelers of the Unknown. To figure out what kind of story we're going to be telling, you'll be able to tell from the title of the episode and the album art colour or the characters on the album art or how it looks. Thanks again so much for listening all the way to the end, and we'll see you next time on Travelers of the Unknown.
Okay, you're gonna end it on that fucking rant.
I'm going to end it on cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Cocaine.
God damn it, James. Stole the punchline.